Hey you guys, and Andrew Greenwood, because you asked for this. This is my review of Rise of Skywalker. Now I've done this video 3 times. The first time I just ranted on how much I hate Last Jedi, which, let it go. I've had therapy, the classes worked well. We all sit round in a circle and hate Ryan Johnson. Anyway, then I did another one and I'd watched a lot of reviews of it, and it made me quite angry. So that was a bit of a ranty one, so that one's gone in the bin as well. So this is my take on Rise of Skywalker. Now, as you can guess from my previous statement there, I didn't really like Last Jedi. I thought it was rude and arrogant and just not very respectful to Star Wars, and left the Star Wars franchise in a position of, well, what are we going to do now? And J.J. Abrams had a very difficult task. He had to save the franchise. He had to kind of backtrack and make something out of a disaster. I know some of you like the film. My take on it is it's now okay. There is a Indiana Jones trilogy. Crystal Skull. So for me now, the Star Wars films will be 8 films in the series, not 9, because Last Jedi to me doesn't exist. Anyway, that's hopefully the last time I mention it. Right. So what was my take on this? I loved it. I thought it was great. My one thing is that I would like to have seen it made as 2 films, because I think there was a lot of stuff in there that was kind of set up that I would have been interested to see more of. I would have been interested to see more of the Knights of Ren being Knights of Ren, rather than just being people stood in a few scenes. But what they did with them was good, but would like to see more. There is going to be spoilers in this, so I should have said that at the beginning. But yeah, this is spoiler, because by now you've probably all seen it. That's why I left it late as well, so that I could talk about it and not feel like I had to go, oh, but I can't mention that, and I can't mention that, I can't mention that. So yeah, I'll put in the heading, spoilery. Yeah. Let's see, what else was there? Okay, I think the dynamics between the 3 leads, Finn, Poe and Rey. Where was Lala and Tinky Winky? Oh, that's Teletubbies. Okay. Finn, Poe and Rey. Handled really well. Finn and Poe had this real nice kind of banter. You know, that kind of thing when you're best mates but you still take the piss out of each other. Which I don't think a lot of reviewers have kind of got that's what it's like, yeah? It's laddish humour. We do that. We take the mick out of each other. It doesn't mean that we don't like each other, it just means that that's what we do, because we're bros, I think. I think Kylo Ren was handled quite well in this one. The thing with with them being able to see each other through the Force, which I thought was Snoke's doing. Does that mean that was Palpatine's doing, not Snoke? I keep saying Snoke. It wasn't his doing. It was right. A lot of people have this issue about the Emperor coming in at the end, and I think I've heard rumours that there is 3 takes of this film. There is one where it's got, is it the son from Clone Wars in it, which was going to be played by Matt Smith, Doctor Who. Yeah, and that version got wiped, and that's why all this stuff about him being in it kind of disappeared, because he was out. J.J. Abrams did like 3 versions of it until Disney were happy with it. They said, I'm watching, like, yes, we're happy with that. I would like to see those other versions. It's like Rogue One. I'd like to see the other version of Rogue One, but I doubt we'll ever get to see that. It had action, it had adventure, it made me cry in the right places. Yeah, I cried. I got quite emotional. My other half, she got quite emotional when Chewbacca died. That was really well done, actually. I know spoilers and all that, but I think it was really well done, because you could see there was two ships, and he was being put in that one. And then when you saw the other one take off, I was like, instantly, it's a different ship. but I thought it was very subtly done, so those of us that were paying attention would get that. I thought that was well done. I actually like C-3PO in this one. I've usually sort of like C-3PO as a bit for me. Sorry, 3PO. His head's around here somewhere. Where is it? What's up there now? He's usually an annoyance, but he's supposed to be. But I actually quite liked him in this. I actually grew to quite like him. I was quite fond of him by the end of it. The line when they fall into the pit thing, and Poe jumps up and shouts, "Finn, Rey!" C-3PO goes something like, "I know you didn't say my name, but I'm here and I'm okay." I thought that was kind of nice, and the banter between... that's what this had. This had a nice sense of humour to it. That's the thing that sometimes I think with Last Jedi particularly they got wrong. He couldn't handle the humour of it. I'll admit, I think George Lucas couldn't sometimes handle the humour of it. In Clone Wars, and in the prequels, I keep calling them Clone Wars because I think of them as Clone Wars now. But in the prequels, some of the humour was a little bit kind of... that's not very funny, is it, George? I have to admit, okay, don't tell anybody this. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was on this afternoon, and all the way through I kept thinking, you've got no sense of humour, George, because there's bits in it. Did they take... I think this afternoon they took out the... when he swings through the wood, but then that could just be me hit myself over the head with something while it was on. Really, that film does irritate me. Don't know why. So I definitely give this a... I think some of the criticism is unfounded for this film. I think it did what it said on tin. It keeps making me laugh because there's certain critiques that keep using this word fan service. Oh, too much fan service. Well, that's kind of what it's about. It's called universe creating. And that's what you do. And you have a universe and things pop up in it again. And it's like, oh, it's that again. These people also criticise... People keep criticising, I'm going to skip off a little bit, but Mandalorian Episode 5, I really enjoyed it, but everybody else keeps telling me it's rubbish. So, and that's what annoyed me with this. I watched a review the other day, and they were saying that I was dumb for liking this film. Nah, sorry, I liked it. And that's my opinion. Yes, it wasn't perfect. It had its faults. I would, like I said, like to have seen it over 2 films rather than just sort of into one. Or maybe do a 4-hour edit of it. That would be quite good. I could put that on DVD. I've just seen today, by the way, they're putting out the 4Ks of the Skywalker trilogy, as they're calling it, which is going to have the prequels, the originals, and the sequels in it. And it's going to be on 4K, Blu-ray. It's going to be the Mutts Nuts, fancy case and everything. It's going to be 180 quid. So I guess I'll be having to save up for that. Please like, share and subscribe to this video and get me some, help. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I thought it did what it said on the tin. Right, this is my take on it, right? This is Star Wars, right? These films, if you want to watch something that's got deep and meaningful, what's its metaphors and crap like that, watch a Martin Scorsese film, okay? That is the point of this. Some people go to the cinema to have deep and meaningful experiences with the director, and oh yes, it made me think about the political situation in and all that sort of stuff. I don't. I just go to the cinema to come out and go, wow, they blew some shit up, and that's what they did in this. And I was glad for it, and that is what I enjoyed about this. It had a beginning, and it just went, and it was action and adventure and daring do. And yeah, it's dumb, but come on guys, it's Star Wars. It isn't Oscar material. And it does freak me out sometimes when people put like Star Wars up there as one of the greatest films ever made. It's a great film, and it had an effect on a generation, and it's done all that, but it is still just Star Wars. I love it to bits. Don't get me wrong, I am the biggest Star Wars fan ever. But when people stand there and criticise it to me and say, oh yes, but it's this and I go, yeah, it is. But to me, it's Star Wars. That's all. And I love it, yeah. I grew up on this stuff. I was there for the original. I was 5 when the first one came out. And I remember going to see it and thoroughly enjoying it. As a 5-year-old, yeah. And I grew up with Han Solo and Luke and Leia and these people. And they were my friends, and they were They were a big part of my life. And yeah, maybe that is the thing. Maybe I would like to have seen a trilogy with them more at the front. But then you got to think, it's a little bit like with the Ghostbusters one. Everybody's complaining that, oh, the Ghostbusters aren't going to be in it. But you got to think, like, these guys are now in their 70s. Harrison Ford's in his 80s nearly, is he? 70s, 80s? He's old. You cannot watch a film where these guys are running around because they're going to be like, I don't know. It just makes you kind of cringe a little bit. Some people can get away with it. But, you know, treat them with respect. Write them out gently. You know what I mean? Make their story worthwhile. You know, don't just have them wasted. Last Jedi. But yeah, I said it again, didn't I? Mention Last Jedi. Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this film. I would say go see it. Go see it and make up your own mind. Don't listen to the critics. Don't listen to your Stuckmans and people like that are just getting too arty and farty with their reviews and things like that. I have lost a lot of respect for a lot of people reviewing these. Cinemassacre had to go about it. And I'm looking at me, oh, we're not reviewing Star Wars anymore because it's got, so I don't like talking about Star Wars. Well, then don't. Don't. If you don't like this new trilogy, then it doesn't exist. That's the easiest way to look at it. Because the original films still exist. Yeah? Those first original 3. If you don't like the prequels, don't watch them either. Just watch the original 3. Yeah? That's the easiest answer to it, guys. So they made a bad film, you didn't like it. Don't watch it then. That's the easiest answer. Yeah. Like I said, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Just don't watch it. Don't think about it. Don't care. Because I don't like it. I've tried. I tried again today. But it still just washes over me. So anyway, I'm ranting again. I'm rambling. So yeah, go out. Give it a try. See what you think of it. Don't listen to us guys. We're just... I don't like to say I'm a film critic. Because I'm not critical. I don't like to be critical. I'm a film viewer. Call me that. Yeah? I viewed it. I enjoyed it. I was sat in a cinema full of people. It was packed. I had to sit in a little corner up in the right at the back. And everybody in there thoroughly enjoyed it. I went to see that after watching Stuckman and Joe Jonas, whatever his name is, you know, some of these other reviews, their spoiler reviews. And I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible. I'm going to hate it. And I didn't. I came out like, well, what did they go see? Because I really liked it. And I think they did a real good job of making Poe and Rey and all those guys interesting. I won't say it's perfect. Like I say, it is a little bit rushed. It does hurtle a little bit at times. But I think, you know, yeah, every film has its faults. Return of the Jedi isn't perfect, is it? Empire Strikes pretty much is. New Hope. Some of Harrison Ford acting is a little bit ropey in there, and there is some slightly weird plot things in it. I always think there's some you can pick. If you really sit down and think about it, you can pick some really big holes in Star Wars, but don't tell anybody. Okay? Keep it a secret between you and me. Good. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to wind it up. I enjoyed it. Definitely go out and see it. I will probably do another video about it, because I just feel these videos are a bit ranty and a bit weird. But anyway, I enjoyed it. That's all you need to know. It's got action, it's got adventure. The Emperor I thought was great in it, really creepy. I think the ending, and I did like this time the thing that they did, because it didn't work in the original one, in the last one with the being able to see each other. The thing with the lightsaber, that really worked for me. I think it was respectful, even that isn't the way to treat a lightsaber. And I don't know what have I done with my Luke's lightsaber. Yeah, it's been behind me all these weeks. My Rebels one. Yeah. So that's it really. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll all have a great day, a great night. I hope you'll all hit the like, shares and subscribe buttons down there. If there's any questions you've got about what I think about Star Wars or your take on it, you know what to do. Leave the comments at the bottom. Have a great day, a great night, and may the Force be with you always.